What's going on, guys? It's Justin Springer with MostWantWeWill.net, and you are on my YouTube channel, Most Want We Will, the YouTube channel that's going to give you tons of value for your MCA business. Because why? Because I want to see MCA win. Great company. I love the company, and I want to see it win. Okay, but now this video right here is going to blow up. How to close more MCA sales. Boom. Okay, let's get into it. All right, this is going to be a good one. How to close a few more sales. Now, look, guys, these are just my recommendations. I'm going to give you some concepts that I have seen that work. And some of you are going to be like, but Justin, I've heard this, I've heard that. Well, number one, you probably heard it from your sponsor who is doing really, really well, and that's probably what they're telling you what they do. But hold on. Number two, I'm going to just throw it out there, guys. Times have kind of changed. More and more people are jumping on social media, and we're distancing ourselves from connections, number one. Not to mention our attention span is shorter and shorter. So these concepts are going to help you close more sales. Now, these are my recommendations, okay? You don't have to take it from me, but then again, you can continue to keep failing. No offense. But anyways, if you're talking to 10 people or less a day about your business, then you need to use other options to close that I'm going to explain in a minute. If you are talking to 10 or more, then you can pretty much get away with a website or a capture page. Meaning, if you're talking to 10 people or less, do not just send them your website. Here's the only reason why. You're going to be waiting for a while, guys. You have to play a numbers game when it comes to that. Not to mention, some of you are just using your capture page, which is fine, but it's like, here, let me show you something really quick. Email, like a lot of you are just throwing people in your autoresponder. Well, guess what? Emails have a 20% open rate. So you have to flood it with traffic. That means for every 100 people that are going through your autoresponder, only 20 people are probably going to open the next email. Not to mention, by law, you have to have an unsubscribe button. So if I'm getting banged up in my email box every single day about joining your business, what do you think is most likely going to happen? I'm probably going to hit unsubscribe. So your next email is only going to have a 20% open rate, and it gets worse as the person stays on your email list. Did you know that, right? So the thing about it is you got to play the numbers game when it comes to that. Some of y'all are doing the same thing with your website. Now, I know you're probably looking at people like, Rodney Walker, Marina. You're looking at some of these other people that only send people to their website, and that's great. But number one, which we're going to dive into a little bit here, they have a lot of emotional stuff going on in the beginning. What I mean by emotional, they're stirring people's up emotions with their content, number one. And number two, they're talking to more people. They're playing a numbers game. So if you have that combination of great content or content that's attacking people's emotions, and then you're playing the numbers games as well, you have a winning combination to where you don't really need a capture page and all that stuff, okay? But most of you guys are not there yet. So you're probably only talking to 10 people or less in your business every day. I would say use the other options, which we're going to dive into in just a minute, okay? Why? It's just what I just said. People are getting lazy. You have to get their emotions going in order to get them to a website to sign up. Therefore, you have to play the numbers game. Here's the other thing, guys. Some of you are using your autoresponders, but you are not good copyright, copywriters. I mean, let's just put it like that. And what I mean by copywriting and ad copy and all that stuff is just people that can actually sell through their posts or through what they type, right? That's what I mean. Like your ad makes me want to open the email. Your copywriting makes me want to buy. You know what I mean? Some of you are not skilled in that area. Like, guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm not even the best skilled in that area. That's things that you constantly have to test. You got to work on. You have to change up in order to get very skilled at that. So therefore, you're playing the numbers game. Here's the other thing. Some of you are still sending your emails from a Gmail account or a Yahoo account, which clearly you don't want to do that. They've even said that those are landing in more spam folders nowadays, right? So the best thing to do is to go get a domain, tie your website to your domain, and then go ahead and purchase the email for that domain, okay? For an example, then you can have it like this, justinspringer@yourwebsite.com, right? That is more likely to go into a folder. Why? Because what Gmail or Yahoo, what they do is they see, one, where is it coming from? Okay, so it's coming from justinspringer@website.com, And inside the email, it has a link to go this website, so they think, oh, it's all running together. Do you see what I'm saying? So that is more likely to enter into, and them to not consider it spam. Okay, now if you want a more successful way than an autoresponder, you can use ManyChat. I'll do more videos about ManyChat. The only drawback with that is that you can't use it on, that's not supposed to be a personal website. You can't use it on your personal profile with Facebook. But anyways, let's get back to what I came here to talk about. Okay, so what are some ways that you can actually close them? Because if you are talking to 10 people or less, and you're not playing this numbers game, and you don't have really good content going on right now, Justin, what's some other ways I could do it? Well, here you go. The phone, all right? Yes. You know what I mean? You can start texting people. People are going to answer their texts more than an instant message on Facebook. Zoom call. You want to really close them out? Do a Zoom call. And guys, Zoom is like free, I think, for 2 people. And to get more than 2 people, it's like $16 a month, which is worth it. Because you got to think of it like this, guys. If you were to able to close 5 more sales a week in your business, that's $400 extra in your business by using some of these tips. Would $16 a month be worth it? Yes, of course it would. Now, here's the only drawback about a Zoom call. Not everybody will get on there, but if you can get skilled enough to invite people to these things, then your chances of closing are going to go way up, okay? A webinar, that means inviting them to a webinar or presentation, anything like that. Doing a one-on-one, if they live in your area, try your best to do maybe a one-on-one somewhere. Once again, that kind of goes back to a Zoom call. You can do that. Google Hangout. Anywhere, maybe FaceTime them. Anywhere that you can get in front of them for a one-on-one for a quick second. A 3-way, right? You could always do a 3-way call, you and your sponsor and the person. Some of you, your sponsor probably left out on you. Go get a teammate if you have to. A teammate that you can feel trustworthy about. Send them a short video. Make a quick video kind of explaining it. For some reason, like short little videos work a little bit better than large websites with 20 different videos on there, right? Because a lot of times they'll just kind of go to the website and they might see MCA and take off, right? Or sometimes they might go to the website and they're about to watch that 20-minute video you sent them, and then they're like, oh, you know what? Hey, I'm getting called back to work. I'll think about this later, right? So think about that. 3-way group chat. What do I mean by that is in Instant Messenger, you can do like a 3-way group chat, and that is kind of a cool little unique way to close more people because you can tag them in there. You know what I mean? It helps when 2 people are kind of attacking it, so you can do a 3-way group chat. Or last but not least, go create your own personal group and invite them to that group. You know what I mean? Now I know that's an extra step, and some of you are like, no, but Justin, I want to hurry up and make a sale now. But here's the thing. If you can talk to about 5 to 10 people a day and consistently add them to that group where they have to see your content and they have to see your stuff, it's pretty cool. And then in that group, you just kind of, tag them on a post that, breaks down. Maybe it's a short video of you. Maybe it's a presentation, whatever it is, and just tag them on that, and then make sure you follow up. Now, so guys, I'm telling you right now, if you can get skilled at some of these, your closing percentages will go way up compared to just hurrying up and sending them to a website or a capture page, okay? Now, last little tips to remember, okay? Remember, people buy off emotion, so your content helps. What does that mean? The content that you placed before, like the content that you're posting on your Facebook profile or Instagram or something, a lot of times that is already going to do the selling for you. I want you to think about that. So when Rodney Walker is showing his back office of $4,000 and counting out cash and doing all this stuff, right? And people watch that enough, well, sometimes they'll go to his website and just sign up. Why? Because they're already sold off of emotion. Because they said, man, I see the $4,000, I want it, right? Now, I know a lot of you are like, but Justin, I'm not Rodney Walker, I don't have the $4,000. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that. I'm just giving you that as an example. There's so much ways to create emotion, meaning, you know what I mean? You can sit there and say, you can talk about your lifestyle. You can talk about, you can do a Facebook Live about how your life has changed or the emotion as to why you got started with this company. What does that do? It feeds off of somebody's emotion to help them make a buying decision. Do you understand that? People buy off emotion. So if you attack the emotion enough, you can get them to go ahead and make a buying decision, all right? Here's another thing. Ask more questions. Get to know the person. If you're over here and we're doing one of these, or even doing voice clips in Instant Messenger or whatever, ask more questions. Get to know them a little bit more. Why? Get to know some of their emotional set points, okay? Number 3, seeing other joins help people make buying decisions. So sometimes talking about how somebody else joined or talking about somebody else's story as an example, bringing in other people's names. So one of my mentors told me, which I won't clearly go into everything she said because you would have to take her whole course, but just basically said, use more names when you can. More people, the better. People want a place of belonging to, right? They want to belong somewhere. They want to feel a part of something. So more names means I'm more a part of, right? Always follow up, because no matter what, none of this is 100%, guys. There's no way to have 100% control over everything. So always make sure you're following up. And for some of you guys that feel like, okay, well, Justin, I got on my website and I'm sending them an email. Well, hey, emails only have 20% open rate, so I don't know. I would probably find another way to follow up. That's just me. Last but not least, unless you are killing your autoresponder, unless you're getting 100 leads, 50 to 100 leads a day, well, more power to you. Otherwise, it's up to you. Last but not least, invite them to other things. If you listen to Eric Worre, who teaches a lot about, he hosts Network Marketing Pro, and he teaches network marketers how to network market, so to speak. You know, one of the coolest things he always said was what he got skilled at was learning how to get him to the next thing, meaning maybe he sent him a video at first, and then he invited him for coffee, and then he invited him for an event, and then he set the close. Now, that is a long process. I get that. I certainly understand. But what it did for him, now that's network marketing, so it's a little bit different because he made way more of you know, because you're supposed to be developing a whole bunch of leaders in that aspect, right? Now, it's a longer process, but what it does is it keeps them on your mind and it keeps them going. It keeps the conversation going. So what I'm saying is, let's say you send them your website, or you had one of these options, right? Invite them to something else, you know what I mean? Maybe make a video and say, hey, I just wanted to give this video to you. It was pretty cool. You know what I mean? Talking about something, or maybe somebody else's story. Hey, this is another person's story I was just kind of telling you about. I thought you might get a kick out of that, right? Invite them to like another presentation of it or something. Hey, I just want you to meet our group. We're actually putting on together something, okay? So that's the cool thing about it. So I tell you what, guys, if your group does not have any of these things, then I would highly suggest that you please subscribe to me, and get your free Facebook guide, which is down below. So down below is your free Facebook guide. Okay, make sure you download that. It's in the description. Okay, also what you can do is you can learn about us. Okay, you can learn about what we do and what we provide at mostwon'twewill.net. Okay, so more than welcome to check us out. If you don't want to do any of that, that's fine. I'm gonna tell you right now, we do go over training on some of these things, and the reason why is because we know they work, guys. It helps. So some of you are coming into the game and you're just barely talking to anybody, guys. Sending them a website is just not going to work. How many of y'all sent out a website and waited 2 years to get a response back? Exactly. This will put you in a better position to close more sales. So guys, go ahead and download your free MCA quick start guide right now. Okay. Also, I want you to go ahead and post in the comments. Let's go ahead and do something different. Let's say I will use other methods to close. I will use other methods to close. Put that in the comments right now. I will use other methods to close. All right, guys, have a good one.